First of all, again, good day and welcome to all of you. Okay, and now let's talk about PRIVE a little bit. Now, many people have a problem because they still call it as the iTeraCare company, right? So PRIVE is the company, PRIVE. iTeraCare are the products. So PRIVE International, it started actually on the 1st of June 2021. So many people were saying that this is an MLM networking company. Let's see if it can last 3 years, right? Now it is more than 4 years and it's still going strong. So it started on the 1st of June 2021 with the name iNetwork, right? And then on the 28th of September 2021, it was re-registered as PRIVE International. So till today, it is PRIVE International. So PRIVE International is a company which is a sole distributor for the iTeraCare products throughout the world. Now, the next thing is, let's look at the people behind it. You know, there are many companies around here which is doing the same thing, but you don't see the directors. You do not know who is the scientist. You do not know where it is manufactured, and people are still buying. Now, here we have the people behind this, the story behind this, the history behind this. We have the manufacturer, we have the scientist, right? So now the first person, the founder, is Dr. Stephen Lai. Now he's the first person who brought the device to Malaysia, and he happened to call a group of people, and one of them was my friend who insisted I come and try this out if it's working. So I had prior experience with terahertz technology where this device only charges the water, that's all. So when I came and saw this and that this could be used on people, you can blow directly onto them, that was something new and something beautiful at that time. And I did mention after that that this is going to explode and is going to take the world, and one day it is going to be in every house. It's just a matter of time. All right. So that's where it started. That was in February of 2021. Now, the next person he showed it to was Dr. Jimmy Chong, who is the group director and group vice president. And of course, Dr. Jimmy didn't believe as well. He just laughed. He said, does it really work? So they were the two of them who came together with a group of people who first tested in Malaysia. And after having tested, each one of them had some problem, and there's a pain here, pain there, and all that. But after that, when everybody found that it was getting better, then he couldn't help but believe in the device. And that's where it all started. So in April, they started ordering. By May, the products were here and the company was ready to start. All right. So, and on 1st June, the company started. Now, this is Mr. K.C. Tan, who's also the group director. Now, he is part of the previous company where Dr. Stephen and Dr. Jimmy Chong were with, and he was now part of the company. And this is Mr. A.C. Go, who is the group, also the group director. Now, the company started under Mr. A.C. Go, Mr. A.C. Go's company, iNetwork, which eventually changed to PRIVE International, where the four of them were the directors. And that's where it started, right? So these are the four people behind PRIVE International. Now, after so many months, just 15 months, it's already gone to about 50 over countries. And today, you're looking at the product in more than 80 countries. Now, just to share a little bit more, you know, the people from the US and then the people from Europe, especially even Australia, they are very, very particular about what they are using and what they do. Even if a dog barks next door, they even sue them in the court for having disturbed their privacy. So being like that, now if the device has a problem, even a simple problem which could hurt them, they would have dragged the company to court by now. But till now, there's not even one person who has taken the company to the court. Right? So that speaks volumes about the company. Now, there are a lot of logos which the company uses. The first one is Prive changes lives, go change a life. Now, as you can see, they are definitely changing lives. And I'm sure if you have already got the device, you're using the device, you have changed many lives for the better, right? People who had given up hope, people who had no hope, you have changed their lives. Okay. Okay. Next, we also have the logo, one pride, one family, and one team. And if you see, this is a sign we normally use when we take pictures. So many people wonder, what is this sign? What does it show? And then I tell them, we are the one and only one. And we are the only one. Okay, so that's what the sign denotes, because there are no other companies which have this kind of device. All right. Why I'm saying that is because there are many other companies out there now who are trying to ride on the company's success. So the problem is that the important thing about the iTeraCare devices is that the tube, the optical quartz which is being used. Now, this is something different from all the companies out there. Now, this is the only company which uses the, what do you call that, the tube, which is specially made for iTeraCare. Now, what happens is they use natural resources, the minerals, the crystals, which are mined underground and only in certain places, not any other mineral or every other mineral. And they are heated up, melted at temperatures of around 1800 to 2000 degrees Celsius over 40 hours. And to bring to that, it takes about 12 days to bring to that heat, right? So once they're melted, then they're made into tubes, and the tubes are already working even before you switch on the machine. Even when you hold, let's say this is the tube, you hold the tube in your hand, it is already working for you, even before you start using it, right? So if you look at the other devices in the market, of course, they tell you it's terahertz and they tell you, they have a different technology and all. Try using their device, hold it and see whether it gives you that energy. It will never give you, because most of the time what they're doing is they have a tube which is made of glass and they have a chip attached to it. So when they switch it on, probably at that time it is working and then it is not when it's switched off. And if there is an error on the chip for some reason, technical mistake, while the chip is made, and you happen to be the one who has got that chip, then you are definitely in trouble. All right. I've seen people who have used it and being sick, not knowing why they are sick. But after having tested the device, told them that this is creating your problem. And when they stopped using it, they became better. And they agreed that this is the one which was giving the problem. So actually, it's a pity, and many of them out there, just for a little bit of money which they can save, they are actually, allowing themselves to be, sick. Now, I'll share with you another one where early this year in January, my auntie had a stroke. I didn't know until after about 3 months in March. Somebody told me she had a stroke and I went to see her. And when I saw her, her lips were slightly higher and she was talking in a slightly muffled way. and her energy was low, and her movement was slow. So then I asked her, "What have you done in the last 3 months?" And she showed me a device which she was using. And that device looked exactly like the iTeraCare device, but of course it had a different name. So I asked her who got it for her. And it happened to be my cousin. He has the iTeraCare, but for his mother, he bought something online. And it was only about 150 ringgits Malaysia. But for the 3 months which she was using, there was not much improvement. The lips were high, soft, and she trusted him and she was using it. So what happened was I had a spare one which I lent it to a friend. I got it immediately for her. I said, "Please use this after this. I will see you tomorrow." So the next day I made it a point to go and see her. And when I saw her, the first thing which I noticed was the lips were now straight. The lift was gone. And she looked better. The voice was stronger. And she was walking more steady. Right? So immediately I told her about it, explained to her. She understood. She said, "Yes, I do feel better." So, these are maybe small things for people, but there are big things for people who are sick, right? It definitely changes them. So if there are people out there who are thinking of buying something cheap or cheaper, think twice before you buy. There's an English proverb which says, penny wise, pound foolish. For just a little bit of extra pennies, you're going to lose pounds. And not only your pounds, but your health. All right? So think twice. Okay? And please tell them. And also, it's helping people with healthy beauty. And this is also a logo where we say healthy, beauty, wealthy. All right? So then the next thing is, let's look at some company disclaimers. Now, this is a company disclaimer, right? Now, what happened was there was this guy who was putting it on social media saying that it is helping there, helping here, helping in so many ways. So what happened was there's somebody who commented, "Well, if he does this, you don't need doctors anymore." And he just got snowballed, and he reached the health ministry. So the health ministry paid a visit to the company and they checked everything. And they said, "Okay, this is not you who's claiming this, but it's the members." So this is what they suggested. So it's coming from the health ministry, right? So ever since we have this disclaimer, and people reading this will be wondering, if I read this, then it cannot do anything for me. So there are reasons for that. Number one is because, first of all, it is not registered as a health device. It is not registered under any health body, and it is registered as a hot air blower. Now, if you register as a medical device, probably you still have to go back to the doctor to get your treatment, right? So now, since it's registered as a hot air blower, everybody can use. Even the doctors are using. And of course, they are not going to use it for their patients because, first of all, it's not registered as a medical device. And the second thing, if the patients are going to get better, then they're going to lose business. I'm just joking, okay? Right? So that could be a reason as well. So if you're doing any social media, TikTok and all those things, Facebook and all that, do not claim that they can cure any disease or illness such as cancer, diabetes, stroke, and everything else, because only the doctors are allowed to claim that. All right? They can cure, but in most cases, it doesn't happen that way. And do not also claim that it augments a therapy or a drug, all right, and enhances them. And also any statements, testimonials, advertisements, which is put out on social media or other platforms after using the iTeraCare devices, the person is putting it on is solely responsible, right? The company will not be responsible for it. So be careful of what you put on, and it's best if you can. If the person has recovered from some problem, let that person speak and say what it has happened to that person. So it is not you, third party. So it makes it safe for you, right? So let that person talk. That should be fine. Okay. So stay away from trouble. The main thing is stay away from trouble. Now, if you put something online and there's action which is going to be taken, the company cannot be responsible and cannot come into the picture, because then everybody else will suffer. All right. So stay away from trouble. Okay. But of course, when you meet your people, you're doing it, you can tell them what it's doing. Okay. Now, when we started, the first product we started off was with this iTeraCare Classic. And until today, it is among the number one product which people are still buying. It brought the company to great heights. It brought the company worldwide, and people are still happily using it. Then came the premium, and then the pro. Okay, and now we have the premium plus. Okay, now this premium here is slowly being taken off the market, especially in the US and Europe. So you may not get this anymore, but it is being replaced by the Premium Plus. And then we have the Ion Shield pendant, right? We will do, we'll have a talk on it one of these days. And then we have the iTera Bio, and recently the Bio Light is also in. And then we have the oversaturated hydrogen water bottles, which have replaced the Seven Wonders, right? So it started off with that. And then the company also aims to be the number one in the world as far as health products are concerned. And along the way, many other products came in. These are the earlier products which came in. This has got to do with aromatherapy. And then we have the tea rest. Now, people might wonder, what is the tea rest? Now, basically, if you have a tiger in the jungle, after having delivered, the milk is dropping right on the ground, and there's a mushroom growing where the milk dropped, and this is what is used for the tea rest, the mushroom which grows from the milk, right, where the milk has dropped. Now, this is very sought after, especially in China. The Chinese will tell you what it can do, right? So slowly also, other people are beginning to use it. Now, basically what it does is it has got to do with your respiratory problems, your breathing, your lungs, the people having problems there. So it's helping people there, right? And then we have the EMF shield, where you can put it on the laptop, on the phones, whatever is emitting, negative frequency, and it cuts off. So you're much safer, right? Especially if you have children, put it on their phones. And then we have these live meals, taking them on the go. And then this is the energy renew patch, right? So some of the products which started after that. And then we have OxyTab, where you infuse oxygen into the water. And if you can charge the water and then use that for the infusion, it's even better. People are seeing lots of changes to them, especially after COVID-19. Lots of people are having problems with their lungs, breathing. Okay. And now, most of us are living in cities where the percentage of oxygen is much less than what is actually claimed. So this is definitely helping them. And we have also the Pro, the Bio, and the OxyTab, which we used to have as the Trilogy, right? And now we have the MagnoSig, which is also part of it. Okay, now we shall talk about MagnoSig one of these days as well. Now this is the Aqua 3. This Aqua 3, it was formulated by a doctor from Hong Kong or Taiwan, all right? So what she did, what she is actually a specialist in beauty and health and wellness. So she actually prepared this especially for the women. So having this, when you're using it on yourself, so it balances the hormones, right? Especially women have lots of hormonal problems. So it balances it. And also, if you use it on the face, your face is definitely going to change. And I've seen many of them looking much younger and fairer using this product. Then we have the Takara patch. Now, you might have seen this patch elsewhere, but for me, what differentiates this from the rest is the amount of toxins which it removes each time, right? Number one, when you're putting it on your legs, your feet, make sure you're tying a plastic bag around it because it pulls out so much toxin that it can soil your mattress, right? And if you walk towards your washroom, you're going to leave black patches on the ground. It pulls out so much, right? So you can try that. It's going to definitely help you. Now, not only that, but if you have some other problems in some other areas, now, for example, some of them have a breast cancer. You can also attach it to near the lymph nodes here, and what happens is it starts pulling out a lot of these toxins. And when you start blowing in those areas, you find that the recovery is much better. All right. So try it yourself in areas where you have a problem. Make this patch one of your therapies, your treatment. All right. So you don't have to use the entire one. Even after using one, you can see the changes coming in because it's removing the toxins, which was a problem before. All right. And then you have the NV specs. So now lots of people are beginning to use this as well. And then you have the Mint Bliss. Now, this Mint Bliss, if you have not tried it, then it's such a waste because first of all, we just one drop, rub it, bring it close, and you inhale, you'll find that the passage to your head, to your lungs is being cleared. Right? It's so good, especially if you have a problem, a block, you have phlegm. When you use this, you find that it is clearing you and you feel the calmness coming to you. And at the same time, if you have pain anywhere, for example, you have pain in neck area, just 2 drops at the back, 2 drops, just leave it. Don't touch it, don't rub it. All right? And just after 15, 20 minutes, look at the pain again. You're going to see big changes there. All right? So we have them there. You know what's the beautiful part? You don't have to buy them. Many of you, as members, we helped other members. You have got so many points there, redemption points. Use them so you can get them for free. All right? Now, if you look presently, there are so many products now, and there are more coming in. Now, if you see the Lumia is here now, the Magnosic is here now, and more are coming, and and practically all the products are world-class products. It's helping people in some other way. Now, if you look at this, can you see this? This is a bangle. This is a Scala Energy bangle. If you look in my hand here, I have one here. I don't know if you can see. Oh, it's actually a similar one, but does the same job. So what it does is, our body is an electrical body, right? All the cells are like small batteries, and they need to be charged up. They need to have a certain amount of voltage, which is about 20 millivolts to about negative 70 millivolts. Now, when the electrical charge goes down, then you start having problems. The body looks the cells look at themselves as dying, and they create problems for you. So when you have this with you, so it keeps that voltage up. It maintains that voltage so you don't run into trouble. So these are the things which you have there and should be looking at using them. Now, we have seen this many times where we have talked about this. If there's a way to heat the bones, then all diseases can be treated. This was mentioned by our ancient Greek father of medicine, Hippocrates. Right? Now, In the olden days, people used heat as a form of medicine. Even when ladies deliver, after having delivered, they use these balls, iron balls, stone balls, and they heat them up and they place it on parts of the body to give the heat. Now, that same thing can be achieved just by using the device. The device does the same thing. So use the heat correctly in the places and it's going to help you. Okay. And the other thing he mentioned was the natural healing force within each one of us is the greatest force in getting well. Now, what basically he has told is that there is a force inside of you where if you know how to use it properly, it is going to help you to heal naturally. But the problem is people forget that or do not know how to utilize that and they start looking outside. So when you look outside, then you're looking at things which may or may not help you, right? So if you get it correctly, it might help you. If not, it may not. But if you start looking at your body internally as how it operates, how it works, and you give the body what it wants, then it'll start healing naturally. Okay? Now, again, natural forces within us are the true healers of disease. So the natural forces are the true healers. Okay? So if you can get that natural force working again, then they are definitely going to heal you. And Mehmet Oz has mentioned that energy medicine is the last great frontier in medicine, which means that after having tried everything, comes back to frequency, all right? And that is the last resource. Now, the Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi has mentioned many years ago in one big convention for medical doctors, medical students, everybody related to medicine. Now, what he told was, if you people here do not keep up with the latest, you're going to be left behind and you'll be out of your job. Because when frequency medicine takes over one fine day, then people are going to lose their jobs, right? And Albert Einstein has mentioned many years ago, even before there was frequency medicine, that future medicine will be the medicine of frequencies. And today, you have it in your hand. All you have to do is learn how to use it and start using it. You have them. You're in an era where you have this in your hand. So we are actually gifted people. We are able to use this to treat ourselves and others. And let's look at the certifications. Okay, the first of all is certified and patented by the Chinese Academy of Sciences and Sinochem. Some of you might ask, why China? Aren't they the producers of cheap products which break after a short amount of time? If you look at the present, what's going on now, even in military, they are outstanding. They are way ahead of us. As far as terahertz technology is concerned, they are 5 to 10 years in front of practically everyone else. Even the US doesn't have this technology. And now they have started using them in products for health. They found that it is helping health. It was being used in China for at least 2 years before it was actually brought to Malaysia and then came out to the whole world. So they're 2 years ahead of us in using this. So what do? Okay, China is more concerned about people not going to the hospital, right? So they use various techniques, products to keep their people healthy. One of them is this terahertz technology, where they use them actually to keep them healthy. So they use the excess money saved by people not going to hospitals for other purposes for the people, infrastructure, development. Whereas in the Western world, what's happening is they want you to go to the hospital. So when you go to the hospital, somebody else is getting rich, right? So that's the big difference. And then the manufacturer is Deschang. This is the company of the scientists who invented this device. And the distributors are Prive International Sandian Berhad, who are the worldwide sole distributors, right? So now if you look, now Dishang and Prive from 2024 April, early part of 2024, they are partners. So now Prive International is also a manufacturer. And in April, this is the first product they produce, which is a Premium Plus. It's a co-production between Dishang and Prive International. So we are with a company which is also now producing products. And very soon you'll be seeing the Pro Plus, which is digital, right? The control is all digital. Okay. Now let's just look at a little bit about the R&D. It took many years, 6 years of R&D before the first one came out. And then when it came out, it was about USD 400,000. And then the second generation was about USD 20,000 plus minus. And then we started seeing the Pro from 2019 onwards, which is about USD 5,000 plus minus, depending on which country you come from. And then the taxes and the other things, transport and all that which is being charged together. Now all of them use the 3-in-1 core technology. The first one is the terahertz technology. Second is the quantum technology. And the third is the optical quartz technology. We shall talk about it in another episode. And the Prive International now is appointed as the sole distributor worldwide. And it has, it offers a USD $1 million coverage for anything caused by the use of the blowers. But until today, not even a single person has claimed insurance for this purpose, right? And there are lots of certificates of conformity, test reports, and compliance information statements. There are many things which you would like to see online at the website, right? Okay. And so right now we have these three, and the fourth one is the Premium Plus. Now let's look at the Classic first. Basically, it's the lightest. So people still love them because it's the lightest. Elderly people, especially in Asia, the Asians take care of their parents. I'm not saying that the Western world doesn't do that, but in Asia, it's almost like it's a must, right? So normally you get one for them, and they love using this, right? And also, of course, it's the cheapest. Now, when you come to the Pro, lots of people, especially if you have a little bit more money to afford, and also if you have a center, you might want to use this. You can use for longer hours. And of course, the power is even more stronger, and it works faster. And of course, you have the Premium Plus now. Now, the difference between the rest and the Premium Plus is every 2 minutes, it gives a beep. And at the end of 30 minutes, it gives a long beep and a red light, and it stops. All right. So basically, it's to help people with, the chakra points, lymph nodes, and the meridian points. Every 2 minutes, you're changing without having to look at your watch. All right. And now we have 4 of them. And these are the comparisons between the 4, which was done at the end of 2023. And you can get it from your appliance or from the company, and if you need to compare them, right? So for this episode, thank you so much. We shall continue more on the next episode